Hi, I am going to Devil's Kettle Falls today to show you guys what it's like. If you haven't been there, it's a really cool spot in Minnesota. I am here at Judge C.R. Magney State Park. I'm about to head to Devil's Kettle. There are more people here than I would expected this early in the season, but it's about 50 degrees, so I think people really want to get outside. It's sunny, it's gorgeous, and I can't wait to show you Devil's Kettle if you haven't been there before. We are north of Grand Marais, about 15-minute drive, and on the left-hand side of Highway 61 is Judge C.R. Magney State Park, and this is where the trailhead starts in front of me. The trailhead starts here to go up to Devil's Kettle. It is, I believe, a 2-mile hike out and then back again. So I'll show you when I get there. It's, early spring, so maybe we'll see some flowers.
So we are here, and I'm going to hike up this trail to the Devil's Kettle location, which you can see right here.
If you've never heard of Devil's Kettle, Minnesota, it is a mysterious place where the Brule River going down to Lake Superior has some waterfalls that you can hike up to, and Devil's Kettle itself, it is the spot in the river where there's kind of a little bit of a falls, but the river splits into two. And one side you can see it goes down the falls, and the other side goes into this big open rock structure, which I will show you. And it's mysterious because nobody really knows where the water goes. Some people have tried to figure out where the water that goes into the kettle ends up, and some people say the mystery is solved, other people say it's not. Not only is the hike to Devil's Kettle beautiful in the trees and the flowers and the plants, and today the sun, but also the whole time you are hiking alongside the Brule River, so you can hear the river. In a lot of places you can look down and see the river. There are cool rock formations along the sides of the Brule River. There are mosses and downed tree trunks, and so many beautiful things to see along this hike. Highly recommend it for families, great for kids as well. It's really cool. There are a lot of stairs, so a lot of times when I hear that people have come to Devil's Kettle for the first time, they talk about all of the stairs, but take your time. Just take an extra chunk of time to do it if you need to, but I still recommend this hike because it's just a cool thing, the Devil's Kettle and the mystery behind it. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it when I get up close to it. Wow. If you're looking for a place to picnic with your family, this might be the spot. This is a really cool spot here on the trail where you can sit here, and behind me in the view, you can see rapids in the Brule River. It's harder to see on camera because of the trees, but it's pretty gorgeous. I can't imagine what it's like at sunrise, sunset, and with a colorful sky behind it, but you can hear the falls and see them from this spot. So if you are looking for a place for a family picnic, it's pretty perfect. This was when I realized that Devil's Kettle might not be visible due to all of the snow and ice. So the part I didn't think about when I was coming out to Devil Falls today in the melting winter is that you can't actually see Devil's Kettle right now. You can see where the falls are, but it looks like it's just frozen over the top where the kettle is. So something to keep in mind if you come out this time of year, it might be covered up. I would assume in the next couple of weeks it's gonna open up and you'll be able to see it again. But as of right now, it just looks like a frozen waterfall because that's how the weather is. But it's cool anyway. You can see the falls if you're a waterfall person, and you can just know that there is a Devil's Kettle right there where the water goes into. And for a long time, people have been wondering where the water goes. Some scientists have actually measured the water above the falls and then measured the water below the falls, like the water volume. And the water volume above the falls is basically equivalent to the water below the falls. So they know that half of the water going into Devil's Kettle isn't just disappearing or going into some underground water area. It is coming out somewhere below the falls, back into the same Brule River. But when they try to test it and put things through and throw things into the kettle and then try to find it below the kettle, they can't find it. The hypothesis is that the water going into the top of Devil's Kettle is going at such a force and hitting the rocks, and anything being thrown in is just being completely pummeled and demolished before it could be found down the river. So I don't recommend throwing anything into Devil's Kettle, of course, because it's just going right into Lake Superior, most likely, and we don't need to throw plastic or electronics or things into Devil's Kettle. Personally, I think it's better just to have a mysterious natural phenomena in Minnesota that you can go visit and bring wonder to your mind and the mind of children and things like that. So it's a cool spot. It's gorgeous out here. The Brule River is really pretty. I'm gonna show you, I'll go down here so I can show you the banks of the river are just walls of gorgeous rock. It's really a cool spot. Highly recommend. There's a lot of stairs, but when you're on vacation and hiking, I don't think you really have to hurry. So just take your time. Definitely worth the stairs, especially when you can actually see Devil's Kettle. But nonetheless, it's gorgeous today. Right now is probably the perfect time to go hiking here, in my opinion, in early spring, just because there are fewer people, way fewer bugs, and you get some nice days like this where it just feels good to be outside after a long winter, and it's a great place to come visit. Let me know if you have any questions about Devil's Kettle, how to get here, what the hike is like, what other trails are in the area. And I really appreciate everybody who watches my videos, and especially when you subscribe. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye from Devil's Kettle. I counted 177 steps from the bottom to here.